everyone, welcome to yet another great episode of Tommy Maroon Sports Show. Sorry couldn't be here last week. Of course, the power went out, which is why you got that new intro and that new graphic right there. Some of the power hasn't come back yet, but still good enough for an episode right here at the studio. We still, once again, have some stuff to talk about. And a brand new thing we're going to look at is the NPB in Japan. What is the NPB? Is in Nippon Pro Baseball. It's pretty much Japan's version of the MLB. And there's its logo. It started in 1950. Its headquarters is in Tokyo, Japan. And its most famous team, the Yomiuri Giants. And of course, 12 teams are in the league. And some MLB talent that comes there. You got guys like Hideo Nomo, of course, a pitcher who threw 2 no-hitters in 2 different leagues in the MLB, one with the Dodgers at Coors Field, the only pitcher to ever do so at Coors Field, probably the only one that ever will. And with Boston, I believe, against Baltimore in 2001. And Ichiro Suzuki played in the NPB. So did Shohei Ohtani, the two-way baseball player who might be pitching this year if we have a season. Anyways, the standings look a little like this. We got to look at the Central League, and in the Central League, the Yomiuri Giants are leading it with a 10-4-1 record. The Dinar Bay Stars are second with a 9-6 record. The Yakult Swallows are 7-7. The Chinichi Dragons are 7-8. Hiroshima Toyo Carp 5-7-1. And in dead last in the Central League are the Hanshin Tigers. There's a map of all the teams out there. Of course, the Central League, I guess, would be Old West, and the Pacific League is on the east, right near the Pacific Ocean. And what do they look like? Well, the Rakuten Golden Eagles are 11-4. The Latte Marines are 9-6. The Seibu Lions 7-7-1. The Nippon Ham Fighters 6-8-1. The SoftBank Hawks 6-8-1. And the Oryx Buffaloes 4-10-1. Oryx is in dead last. Time to look at the league leaders in the NPB. Looking really good right there. Leading in averages, Kazuma Okamoto with a 4.14 average. And the man who leads home runs and RBIs in the entire NPB, it's that guy right there, Hidetsu Asamura. That's right, he holds the league lead with 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. There's some of the very interesting stadiums, like an all-dirt infield. What? And, of course, Ferris wheel out at left center. Definitely some interesting stadiums, of course. Fans are not allowed at the games this year for the NPB. But you know what? They're still having a good season, and they have been entertaining. They got off to a bigger and faster start than, of course, what the MLB has, of course. So with that being said, time to go to the great sport of NASCAR. That's right. This Sunday, they were at one of the most famous racetracks of all time. That's right. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I believe that is downtown Indianapolis in the top left corner. Of course, it is the biggest sporting venue in the world. Holds 257,325 people. However, 0 were there for the Brickyard 400 back on Sunday. Of course, a stadium that holds 500,000 people was silent on Sunday, but still didn't mean it wasn't going to be anything bad. I believe it first opened in 1909. And it's famous for hosting the Indianapolis 500, which is to come in August. Should be a good one, or hopefully August. Yeah, again, very unsure about that. And by the way, this virus has been going. I could only doubt and shake my head on the race. But you never know. If NASCAR can do it, maybe they can without any fans, just like NASCAR. And it has hosted the Brickyard 400 since 1994. That's right, the year 1994 was the first time they did it. The leader at the Brickyard is Jeff Gordon with 5. And Jimmy Johnson was looking to tie that record, but unfortunately caught the coronavirus. He's going to be sitting out, I believe, or he sat out on Sunday. Will be sitting out The next race, probably, I don't know about the race after that, but we know we're looking forward to seeing him again. But anyways, the race on Sunday, it was a Big Machine hand sanitizer 400 powered by Big Machine Records. Yes, the name is a mouthful, just like every other NASCAR race. Kevin Harvick won it. Who else did Kevin Harvick? That's his 4th win of the season. He's now one behind Lee Petty on the NASCAR leaderboard. Kevin Harvick has 53 career wins. One more, he ties Lee Petty. Kevin Harvick is definitely having a great season. He also won Stage 2 while William Byron won Stage 1. That's right, William Byron driving number 24. And Denny Hamlin was doing Kevin Harvick throughout most of the race. Denny almost would have won Brickyard, and had he had won Brickyard, it would have been his first one. Unfortunately, he wrecked with 7 laps left, and the game had to go into overtime as a result. And poor Denny Hamlin, so close. Yet, I guess he's got to win another year. Of course, Denny Hamlin having a great season. Of course, the NASCAR Cup Series standings, that's right, for the first time, in case you don't know, for the first time since 1970, the NASCAR Championship Series does not have a sponsor. Of course, it was Winston from 1971 to 2003. Then they rebranded with the Nextel Cup from 2004 to like 2005 or something like that. Then Nextel became Sprint. Then Monster Energy won it for a few years. Monster Energy's lost it. NASCAR Cup Series. And Kevin Harvick is leading with 637 points. Second place is Chase Elliott with 552 points. There's Brad Keselowski with 549 points. Ryan Blaney with 534. Denny Hamlin 528. Joey Logano with 527. Of course, with Joey Logano's low finishes at the race, you would expect him to do so well. But remember, he's won 2 races before the season went on that several week hiatus, and he's been winning a lot of stages. Logano's definitely a guy who's going under the radar. Martin Truex Jr. with 521 points. Alex Bowman with 471. Eric Almirola 465. And 2-time NASCAR Cup champion Kyle Busch, and the defending champion as well, with 461 points. Of course, once Jimmy retires, Kyle Busch will be the active leader in wins throughout all of NASCAR. He has more than Kevin Harvick. Hard to believe, I know. So, of course, we have finally the KBO. That's right, the Korean Baseball Organization is back, and they've been having a good season. Anyway, so there's everyone right there. And the standings, remember, it's 10 teams. The NC Dinos are looking good with a 36-16 record. Kiwoom Heroes are 33-21. The Doosan Bears are 31-22. The LG Twins are 29-24. The Kia Tigers are 27-23. The Samsung Lions are 29-25. KT Wiz are 25-28. In 8th place are the Lotte Giants, 24-27 or 27. And the SK Wyverns, tell me I said that right, 16-37. And in 10th place, last place, otherwise known as the Hanwha Eagles, 13-40. So, of course, the KBO is definitely looking really well so far, and it's been really up and running, and so much. And meanwhile, the league leaders in the KBO, that's right, we're going to look at the league leader in average. It is Kim Sun-bin of the Kia Tigers with a 378 average. And the league leader in home runs is that guy right there, Mel Rojas Jr. with 19 home runs. By the way, all of these stats are as of Monday. And Kim Jae-hwan of the Doosan Bears with 49 RBIs. That leads everyone. For the earned run average, that's right, ERA, Eric Jokic of the Kiwoom Heroes leads them with a 1.30 ERA. For the wins, there are 4 pitchers who have 7. And strikeouts, it's Kucheng Mo of the NC Dinos with 76 strikeouts. That's right, a lot of excitement right there for sure. Of course, looking at some upcoming games. That's right. Tomorrow, Thursday, LG will be playing Doosan, and also tomorrow we'll have Samsung against Kiwoom. And this weekend, two big series. That's right. NC going up against LG. That's first place against fourth place. And the Heroes will be playing the Tigers at second place and fifth place. I mean, for those that don't know, the KBO is looking really good and really excited. Of course, a lot of stuff happened and some big news that I didn't have on this paper, but have to mention the big Patrick Mahomes contract extension, 10 more years, and so far that contract is worth $503 million. He is, I believe, the highest paid athlete ever. Now, of course, he won the Super Bowl. He came back from 24 points, albeit it's Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien is a terrible coach and GM, as we all know for sure. He is definitely terrible. Trading away DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson. But still, Patrick Mahomes, a man who has an MVP under his belt, a Super Bowl championship, and probably second Super Bowl appearance had D Ford never had been offsides. Of course, D Ford was offsides, unfortunately. But you know what? The Chiefs are definitely going to be a good team to look out for. Kansas City, Baltimore. That's definitely going to be the two teams that rule the AFC. Of course, New England we don't know about because, of course, Tom Brady's gone and Cam Newton is the new quarterback there. Of course, Buffalo, Josh Allen isn't that bad of a quarterback, and they have a great defense. But the thing is, they lost to a Houston Texans team that was pretty much giving them a win. But Buffalo lost. Of course, Deshaun Watson had great play. And, of course, the Cleveland Browns, of course, are hopefully on the rise. Everyone's got a lot of confidence in Kevin Stefanski. I'm crossing my fingers on all of them. All I know is that the AFC North definitely looks like an exciting division. You got the Bengals with Joe Burrow leading the team. And, of course, with a guy who had one incredible, unheard-of season last year for the LSU Tigers, one of the greatest teams of all time. We'll see what he can do in the NFL against Cincinnati. And, of course, the Steelers are kind of going a little struggling lately, but still, you never know. With guys like James Conner, Juju Smith-Schuster, that's definitely a talented team. Of course, the Browns with high hopes with a new coach, with Kevin Stefanski and a new GM. And, of course, the Ravens with Lamar Jackson. He is definitely one of the deadliest and best quarterbacks the NFL has seen lately. The man is crazy. But still, I got a little off topic. Patrick Mahomes is getting paid $500 million to play football. I wish, you know what I want to do? I want to go in my backyard, throw a football, and bam, I'm getting $500 million for it. The man is going to be swimming in money. His father, Pat Mahomes, didn't even get paid $500 million to pitch for baseball. That's right. Pat Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' father, was a baseball pitcher for a bunch of teams. But still, that is crazy. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl champion, the man who broke the Madden curse by winning the Super Bowl and having a great season the year he got on the cover, proving the man curse isn't real, by the way. Except the real man curse is that man franchise is absolutely terrible. But I talked about that last week. If you didn't see it, I highly encourage that you do. So anyways, folks, Patrick Mahomes, $503 million. So now the one thing is that he better prove that he's a good quarterback, because otherwise it's going to go down as one of the worst contract extensions of all time. But yet again, there's definitely no pressure on Mahomes. He is a great quarterback. He's got a cannon for an arm. He can do no-look passes like that, and it can still be accurate. He runs. We saw that touchdown run in Houston, I believe, in the playoffs. Thing is, the man is great, and he definitely deserves a big contract like that. So the thing is, he's now got to prove himself with that money. I think he can do it. I think he's up for it. And so that is it, of course. A lot of great stuff going on in the sports world. We're going to see the MLB and NBA come back soon. MLB is going to be on July 24th when we go and host the Kansas City Royals, and July 31st when the NBA season comes back. Now, do I think it's going to be good? Everything come back. I'm really unsure if everything will be fine. I don't know if we're going to have to shut down again because everything is skyrocketing here in America, but you never know. Hopefully we can do it. While I may not be that sure and while I think it's unlikely that we will finish this season, you never know. So stay tuned because we'll be talking about that and a lot more stuff next week right here in Tommy Maroon Sports Show. Goodbye, everybody.